everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a sort of review, sort of talking about the themes of the Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. This is one of my favourite historical fiction books. I love the cover, that's why I picked it up, TBH. Also had £10 on my, Waterstones Plus card, so I picked this up because of that. When I was reading it, I was thinking, there are so many interesting themes in it, and today I'd like to talk about family and religion because those were the two that I thought were most interesting in this book. Just to say, right now, there's going to be spoilers in this, or rather there are going to be spoilers in this. I'll give a brief synopsis of what happens and then it will get spoilery. If you want to read this and you don't want to be spoiled, then click away now. But if you don't care about being spoiled, or if you've read it already, then please carry on. So the Poisonwood Bible is about a missionary family who are originally from Georgia, the state. Here's the thing, it didn't say state Georgia at first, and I was very confused, like, Georgia the country? Why are they Georgian people who speak perfect English going to the Congo? I'm so confused. So it's Georgia the state, I think that should have been mentioned. And they're going to the Congo, like I said, for a mission, for a Christian mission, to try and convert the villagers to Christianity. And this is during 1959, so there's a lot of upheaval during this time, especially in America, in Africa. I don't know why missionary projects existed, because why would you want to show your face in somewhere like Africa? Because white people were just horrible, especially during that time. Anyway. And the book spans 30 years after 1959 as well. So we see the family, I'll get onto what kind of family it is later, from childhood all the way to adulthood as well. Interestingly, Kingsolver spent some time in a Congolese village as well. I can't remember if I said that they went to the Congo when Belgium kind of owned it. But yeah, that's what happened. And so it feels like this might even be a bit, not autobiographical, but based on a few of her own experiences. Originally, Kingsolver wrote a short story called My Father's Africa, and it turned into the Poisonwood Bible from that. So it seems like maybe Kingsolver had a bit of bitterness towards her father, because the father in this is not portrayed in a good way. So we follow the Price family in this book, which consists of Nathan, who is the father. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Orleana, who is the mother. And they have 4 children together, 4 girls, who is Rachel, and she's the oldest. She's quite superficial. She loves capitalism, man. Loves, makeup and all those other stereotypes. And then younger than her, we have 2 twins. Obviously, that's what twins are. They're 2 people born relatively close to each other. Anyway, and they're called Leah and I can't remember, what's her blooming name? Ada. I don't know why I always forget her name, but I do. Leah and Ada, who are the twins, and then the youngest is Ruth May. Little innocent Ruth May, who I don't really have anything to say about as yet anyway. And the book is set so there are lots of first person accounts, so they basically follow all the girls. They don't follow Nathan, which I think is obviously very deliberate why they do that, because Nathan is set quite apart from the rest of the family, and I think by Kingsolver doing this, by not including any chapters by him, it really emphasises that point as well. Why I say Nathan is a bit departed from the rest of the family is because he places religion far higher in importance than he does his own family. And I think that's due to fear. I think Nathan is scared of what would happen if he failed his mission. Because if he fails his mission, surely he has failed God. And what would happen if he failed God? I think he's quite terrified to find that out. So that's why he's often a bit of an idiot, because he's terrified. And the thing is, Nathan realises during the mission, he's not doing a good job. He's doing a bit terribly. He tries to baptise people. He tries to encourage people to get baptised. But they're like, no, I don't want to get baptised, because the place where he wants to baptise people is in a very dangerous river where there are lots of crocodiles, and a girl died a few months ago because she was eaten by crocodiles. And I'm just like, Nathan mate, you're just not doing yourself any favours. He's so insistent that the Prices help. They have help. I don't like the word help, but that's what she is referred to. The help, who is called Mama Tatika, is just like, I can't deal with you, Nathan Price, because you're just so obsessed with baptising people in this dangerous river. Had enough of you, goodbye. And then Anatoly, who is the translator for Nathan, because obviously a lot of, well, pretty much everyone apart from Anatoly cannot speak English, unsurprisingly, and why would Nathan learn Congolese or whatever language they speak, these villagers? And basically when the lead man, you know, the king of the village, Tata Undu, says that we don't want Christianity, thank you, we don't want our villagers being degraded morally, this is all through Anatoly. He's like, right, okay, Anatoly, leave. Please, leave my house. So there's so much tension between Nathan and the other villagers because he's just like, why are you not listening to me? Why am I not getting my own way? And during all this time, Nathan is completely ignorant of his own family. He couldn't care less about his family at this point. He really doesn't care, which is just really sad to see in the book. And I just want to kind of shake him about in the book, but obviously you can't do that because, well, it's fictional and he doesn't exist. But if you did, I would have words with him. And as the mission progresses, as Nathan becomes more obsessed with the mission, he starts to become more departed with the family. I also think that the relationships that Nathan has with the rest of his family is dependent on their faith. So Leah seems to be the one who loves Nathan the most. Leah is always trying to please her father, especially, well, not all the time, but in the beginning of the book, she is very close, at least what she thinks, to her father. So she loves Christianity, she's a devout Christian, and she's always trying to help Nathan. But I feel like Christianity and Nathan's relationship with Leah go hand in hand because obviously she feels so strongly about Christianity and she is also very close with her father. Whereas you take Rachel. Rachel is a bit, I don't want to say dumb, but she is a bit dumb. And I feel like she just doesn't really think about anything and she doesn't care. She doesn't care about Christianity. Not that dumbness and not believing in Christianity go hand in hand. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is she doesn't really think about faith. And she doesn't, like I said, care about Christianity. And also, she does not love her father, it seems. She really couldn't care less about her father. Which is like the complete polar opposite to Leah. And then we have Ada, and she just doesn't really seem to care about religion or her father. So again, we have some kind of middle ground there. And then Ruth May, who just, again, doesn't, I think she's too innocent to really care too much about religion or her father. She just accepts everything that happens to her because she's too young to, like, have opinions. And I think, interestingly, as Leah starts to fall in love with Anatoly, so there's kind of like a distribution here. So this is what it was like before. This is Leah and her love for her father. This is Leah and her love for Anatoly. And it kind of goes like this, I think. And she starts to realise that her dad is making some huge mistakes, like what I mentioned with baptising people in the river. She realises how dangerous that is. She starts to become detached with Nathan. And a major event that happens in the book, which I think shapes their whole family dynamic, is when they're informed by Brother Fouds, who is like, kind of like the leader in this whole missionary project. He says, yeah, you kind of need to leave because the Congolese people want independence and they're going to hate you because you're a Westerner and, you know, all of Congo's problems are because of people like you, are because of stupid white people, which is true. But Nathan was still extremely reluctant. He was like, no, I'm not leaving. Don't care. I'm here for the mission. I'm here to convince people to convert to Christianity. So, you know, that is a terrible decision. And again, I just wanted to shake him around and slap him a few times around the face, just gently, not hard. And after this point, Orleana and Ruth May become very ill. And I think with Oleana it's more of a psychological thing, whereas with Ruth May it's more of a physical thing, because Ruth May, we find out, hasn't been taking her malaria prevention pills, so it's suspected that she has malaria and she's very, very ill. And when Ruth May is really ill, Oleana kind of snaps out of it and she doesn't really like Nathan anymore. Before she was very reluctant to stand up to him, but now after this point she's like, I can't deal with this anymore. I can't deal with how selfish you're being because of your devoutism to Christianity. Is devoutism a word? Probably not. I'm gonna use it anyway. And the next major event that happens is that Ruth May is killed by a snake bite, and that is because someone has been planting snakes in the Price household, and the first person who found the snake was Anatoly. He woke up and there was a snake right by his bed. And, well, the villagers think Anatoly has kind of picked a side, and that is the Price side, so that's why they've been hating on him as such. And even then, Nathan still didn't want to leave. So that was it. Oleana was like, nope, bye them, and took her daughters away from the village. Now, Leah didn't actually make it out because she had malaria as well, unfortunately. So she stayed in the Congo. But that just shows that because of Nathan's selfishness, the whole family just splits apart. And obviously there is a big focus on religion in this book. For example, all the chapters are named after parts of the Bible. And the girls, interestingly, later in the book, particularly Ada, kind of backs away from Christianity and shows a more interest in pantheism. And she starts to believe that God is everything, which I find very interesting. If God is everything, then surely the snake that bit Ruth May is God. And what does that symbolise? That again emphasises Kingsolver's point in that Christianity can lead to the downfall of the world. No, I'm joking. In that religion, Nathan's religion, caused the downfall of their family. So what caused the breakup of the family? I think it's fear. So Nathan was terrified of what would happen if he failed in the eyes of God. And that's why he stayed on to do the mission. He stayed on to do the mission after all the girls left. And with Oleana, she failed because she was very passive, because she didn't stand up for herself and the girls against Nathan. So she was scared, she was fearful of Nathan and his reaction if she revolted against him. One last thing I want to talk about, which I think is just such a great act of symbolism that Kingsolver uses, is the demonstration garden. So what's the demonstration garden? The demonstration garden is something that Nathan creates. So he brings these little seeds from North America, he plants them in the African soil, and they grow, but they don't fruit. They do not create any supplement whatsoever, and I think that's the perfect symbol for Christianity, in that you cannot take it to somewhere like Congo and just expect people to buy it, expect it to grow, because it's just, cultures don't match. I am agnostic because I think it's too complicated. I think it's too complicated to be atheist, and I think it's too complicated to believe in a God. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit different, but I've been wanting to try and do more analytical things. I'm sure we could do a drinking game of how many times I say religion and Nathan and detach and whatever. But yeah, if you like this, let me know down below. If you want me to do more stuff like this, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!